Hey y'all! Welcome to day 9 of your Tips with Jules. I am Bethany Spear and I am an Emerald Ambassador. And today I want to talk to you about investing in the invested. And so I think we all have people on our team who we look at and we see the potential in them. And we see how they could be rock stars in this business. And maybe even they're saying, I want this, I really want this, but their words are not matching their actions. And we all know in this business, at some point, our words have to match our actions. We can say we want this all the time, but if we're not taking action, then do we really mean it? Do we really want this? And so I think sometimes what we have the tendency to do is we see all these people and we're trying to drag them. We're trying to pull them hard because we see in them what they could be, but they don't see it in themselves or they don't really want this. I remember when I went Emerald, right after I went Emerald, I hopped live on my team page to just thank my team for all their work and for loving me so well in that effort to get to Emerald. And I remember telling them how much I wanted that moment for them. I wanted them to be able to experience that, and I wanted to help them get there. But that they were not going to get there by me wanting it for them, that they had to want it for themselves. I did not get to Emerald because my upline wanted it for me. Now, my upline's encouragement and my upline's training certainly played a huge role. But if that same encouragement and that same training was in play, but I didn't want it for myself, I wasn't taking action steps myself, then I was never going to get there. And so, number one, for you personally, you have to want this worse for yourself than your upline wants it for you. But when we're talking about our team members, they have to want this for themselves more than we want it for them. And so I think sometimes what we can do is we can spend all of our time pouring into these people who we see the potential in, who we want to want this, and it's getting us nowhere. And so what I want you to do is to invest in the people who really want this. I'm doing what I'm calling weekly powwows with my team. And I went to them and I said, listen, I'm going to do these calls. I'm going to offer them every week. And if all of you come, great. And if one of you comes, great. You're going to get one-on-one coaching. And so you have to really pour, if you want to see your business grow, you have to pour into the people who want this. Now, I'm not saying to treat people who don't want this like dirt. We have to love people where they're at. And I'm not going to elaborate on that a lot because Ashley talked a lot about that on day 1, leading with love. And I remember I had an ambassador this year who is one of my working ambassadors. And, she kind of fell off track and I still sent her the same gift that I had sent to my other working ambassadors. And she was so taken back by that. But we have to let people know that they're not valued by us because of what they can do for us. We do have to love people where we're at. But when it comes to really effectively wanting to grow our business, we have to pour and invest into the people who want this. The second part to that is that we have to keep reaching out. When we get stuck in trying to drag people, we stop reaching out because what we think to ourselves is, if this person can just see this, the potential of this company, if this person can just see what is inside of them and what they can really do with this, then they'll take off and I'll be set. And we can't think like that because number one, again, we're dragging people who may never really ever want this, no matter what we give them. But number two, you never know who is out there who could be your next runner, someone who genuinely and really wants and needs this opportunity. And so we have to keep reaching out. Don't ever stop because you think that you're set, or if you could just get people running that you would be set, because that's the mentality that gets us stuck and gets us spinning our wheels. And I've seen this at play in my own business. We're reaching out, continuing to reach out, even after doing this for a year and a half. It will surprise you, the people who want and need this opportunity, people that you never thought wanted it, people who have been watching you and you didn't know they were watching until you reached out and you shared this opportunity with them. So that would be my biggest tip for you, to invest in the invested. I hope this helps. I hope you guys are really staying tuned in to all of these tips, because they've been so helpful to me, and I'm so excited for what's in store in 2018.